Good evening, everyone. Greetings from Flashcards. I'm Suniti Kulkarni, co-founder of Flashcards. Thank you so much for joining us in our 12th session of a unique program, which will give you a better understanding of the various professions and avenues that are there. The sessions will give you an insight into the life of the young professionals that we have invited. These sessions have been well received by the students and parents. They will let you peep into the different professions that are out there and will address some of your doubts and questions of different careers. Do you think you will like doing such a course? Do you think you have an aptitude for it? Do you think you can do this as a job for 15, 20 years? Do you think, and most importantly, do you think you can have fun doing such a job? The sessions will also give you an opportunity and time to research before you're at the threshold of 11th standard, where you must select your subjects. You will make a better informed decision with all of this information and the research that you will be putting in. So keep your questions ready. We have closed the chat window for the duration of the conversation and will open it in the last 15 minutes. Now, before we actually start the session, let me tell you a little bit about myself and also about Flashcards. I am Suniti Kulkarni and I'm the co-founder of Flashcards. Flashcards is an edtech platform for 8th to 10th standard ICSE CBSE students, which helps them in their self-study. Have you ever wondered why you study really, really hard and yet you're not getting the marks you deserve? Does it ever happen to you that you go for an exam and then you see a question in your question paper about which you've just read in the morning and yet you don't remember a thing? It happens to the best of us. But do you know there is a way out of this? Through flashcards. Flashcards is a true little friend which will help you in this and much more to find your potential and excel in your subjects. All sciences, all social sciences and maths are covered by flashcards. Now, this is not magic. You still have to work hard. Like our speakers here, Prasad and Amit have worked hard to be where they are today. Although you are fortunate to have what Amit and Prasad did not have, help of flashcards. So check us out at flashcards.co.in. Take a free trial for any or all of our subjects for 5 days. And if you would like a demo, call us at 80802 44981. Now, before we proceed to the session, we would love for you to participate in all the sessions, ask questions. Amit and Prasad are here to answer your questions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a session. Our speakers are young, dynamic people who will click with the millennials. One of them is a real fresher. He just got a job with Ernst and Young. And our second speaker is a young entrepreneur. So he is using all his skills and he is actually doing something on his own, which is incredible. So if you'd like to be on a mailing list for future sessions, please save the number again, 80802 44981 in your phones so that you're part of our broadcast list. Over to you, Nitin.
Okay. Thank you very much, Suniti. So my name is Nitin Kulkarni. I am the other half of Flashcards that she was just describing, and really happy to be here with you today and really excited to have Amit and Prasad with us today. I'm going to introduce them to you. So yeah, if we could, Prasad, if we could have you switch on your video, that'll be great. I'd like people to be able to see you. Our first panelist today is Amit Kadam. He is a certified ethical hacker, and he is currently working as a cybersecurity consultant at the multinational consulting company Ernst and Young, where he just started his career several months ago. He's done his diploma in engineering in computer science and technology. For fun, Amit loves to travel and go on long bike rides. So that is Amit for you. So Prasad, can we have you switch on your video, please? I'm going to have.
Yes, sir.
Prasad, we can't see you. Um,
Now, ma'am.
There seems to be a lighting. Anyway, so let me introduce Prasad while we get him on. And we will, you'll be able to see him shortly. He seems to be having a lighting issue. So Prasad Dhakad is the founder of HP Cybersecurity Consultancy Services. This is his own company that he founded. He has around 10 years of experience in cybersecurity domain. Prior to commencing his own consultancy business, he was associated with a few multinational organizations like FireEye, Sophos, and Quick Heal Technologies. Throughout his career, he's been involved in static and dynamic analysis of malware, the bad stuff that can take over our computer. So he's been involved in analysis of malware, writing signatures, content release, and enhancing product capabilities. So for fun, Prasad does kickboxing. Okay. So I am going to get this show started by first asking Amit a question to basically to get the ball rolling with my first question. And my first question to you, Amit, is very straightforward. Cybersecurity is a rapidly evolving field. There's so much that has happened in the last 10 years. And so what we would like you to do is for us, lay out the opportunity space. What are the different types of career options available to young professionals in this field?
So, as we know, in today's world, we can say that data is the new oil. Data is so much important for companies than anything else as of now. And to begin with, the data must be protected. And this is what the cybersecurity talks about. It is called the CIA triad, which stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Data must be confidential. It should not be revealed in an unauthorized manner. It should not be modified in unauthorized manner, which is to maintain the integrity of data. And it should not be available to people who are not invited for it. The CIA lays foundation for cybersecurity, which is it is built upon. And if we talk of cybersecurity, there are several fields in cybersecurity, including there's security operations, there's framework and standards, there is governance, risk and compliance, there's threat intelligence, and many more fields which we can look upon. And some people think that physical security might not be included, but that is also an essential part of cybersecurity. Physical security, as in the physical barriers that we place when we have to protect the infrastructure or data. So that is broadly classifying cybersecurity here.
Okay, so lots of different options available. So Prasad, I'm going to throw this at you. And is there anything that you would like to add to what Amit just described? Any other options, career, the opportunities available?
Yes, definitely. Cybersecurity is a very vast career, and you have a lot of opportunities from being analyst to SOC analyst. So these are different profiles for the compliance as well. And into security, there are so many things considering physical security, network security, email security, even mobile security. See, everything is digital now. Like all we do payments, we book anything, we order food. So everyone's personal data is online basically, and protecting that data and how the secure payment works and everything that matters about security. So a little bit kind of cop and thief. So be a cop. It's better to be a cop. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Yeah, it's a very, so the thing is that in terms of the opportunity space, I know, I mean, I'm an IT professional. I used to be an IT professional, and I know that cyber security is one of the most explosive fields that is out there right now, and there is a shortage of skills, shortage of people, and it's really it's one of those skills that if you acquire, you can get a you can do very well in your careers. And Prasad, I'm going to go back to ask you. You are an entrepreneur now. You have your own consulting company. What does a typical day look like? I know tomorrow morning you have to catch a 4 a.m. flight to Switzerland, and you are going to go all over Europe for about a month to meet clients and do all that kind of great stuff. But typically, what does a day in your professional life look like?
So yes, as an entrepreneur into cybersecurity, so my day starts with client meetings and then technical stuff. So what we do as whatever samples we collect, so analyze those sample. Many are automated, but few we need to analyze manually. So analyze means what activity it does, what hamper it can do to the system, to the network, to the organization. So that we need to identify, and then we have to write signature, so how we can block it. So after pushing the signatures, then again at the end of the day, again few meetings with clients. So that is a particular day in my life. That's how it goes.
So lots of analysis, meeting clients, solving problems,
Yes, very easy.
taking preemptive action to ward off threats is really important. So how
True,
you do
true.
that, and in fact that's an area that Amit is developing expertise in, is this whole notion of taking action and having ways and means to prevent things from happening. So Amit, tell us about your specialization and what does a day in your life look like?
Sure. Before that, let me give a background of what actually am I doing. So, to make this more easier to understand, each country has a few set of laws and regulations which each and every citizen has to follow. In a similar manner, each company or organization has to follow some policies which each and every employee of that company needs to follow. In a similar manner, there are cybersecurity policies which are exclusively defined for an organization. So our job as a cybersecurity consultant is to offer various security policies which can be implemented in that organization. If they are not in place, the controls are not in place, we try to implement them. We try to set a process so that it is implemented in a smoother manner. And these controls are not too complex. They are very simple, written in plain English, such as there should be an antivirus solution, or there should be a firewall. There should be rules which are making the firewall much more safer. And these kinds of controls we try to implement in the organization. So my day typically starts with what exactly are we supposed to do today. If there are some requests from the client to perform some tasks, or I have to provide the other some tasks to my subordinates in that manner. So it starts with that way, and in the end we have a stand-up call as to what did we do in the entire day. So it is a lot about a lot of Excel sheets, a lot of tracking the control IDs, uh, see what is in compliance, what is not in compliance. If it is not in compliance, then talking with the team, with the IT team, and getting that into compliant, setting a process, and a lot of that stuff. So that is what I'm working on.
Yeah,
I
and
I
sorry,
I would like to add that
please.
every day in cybersecurity is very interesting. So every
Exactly.
day you will face new scenario, new malwares, what activity it does crazy activities, and to analyze those behavior, it's really exciting day. And trust me, every day is a new malware thing, and really exciting to
Just
work in
just to add
cybersecurity.
on Prasad's point, recently read a research done by AV, through AV, which says each every day there are around 9 lakh new malware signatures coming up. So that is the level of
Wow.
cyber threat that we are facing in this current world.
Yeah, so it's almost like there are 9 lakh new thieves being generated every day,
Exactly.
and you all are the
And
cops who have to
the
look for
cops are
them and
very less, to
stop
be honest.
them. You have to stop them from doing damage, stealing our information, and all of that. Sounds very exciting. So okay, so let's move on to your I'm going to ask you this, Amit. When you were 14, 15 years old, right? You were in 8, 9, 10 standard. I mean, how did you think about this? Did you want to become a cybersecurity person? At what stage did you choose this career? How did that happen? Just tell us your story.
Right. So, since my childhood, I think in my eighth standard is when my dad got a PC at our home. And, I was very interested in computers and, fiddling around with the hardware, opening up the CPU, checking out the parts and all of that. What is RAM, what is motherboard, what is the processor, and how it works. I was very interested in learning that kind of stuff, and that is when I decided to do my engineering in computer science. But till that point, I wasn't aware of cybersecurity or hacking or ethical hacking kind of stuff. But there's this movie that completely changed my mind, and I was inspired by that movie. It's called Die Hard 4. So it is a movie which showcases the bad side of hacking. What can hacking do, and what is the extent of how much damage it can do to a country. So that is when I got inspired in a good way. Uh, I thought of I can be use my skill set or use my ambition to secure the cyberspace, and that is what inspired me to get my computer science degree. And during that time, I was watching YouTube videos on cybersecurity and ethical hacking, and that is how I got my way through. This increased my knowledge, and in the end, by doing the MBA in digital and telecom management, which also offered a career and placement in cybersecurity, I got my way through that. And the certification that I did, that is CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, also helped me to increase my knowledge and uh, go through the placements in a smoother manner.
So sounds like computer science was an interest early on in your life,
Yeah,
and you started learning computer science, and somewhere along that journey you got interested in cybersecurity as a result of the movie, got you excited, and so your career sort of took that path. So foundation
right.
was computer science, and then what about you, Prasad? What was your journey like?
Yes, I completed engineering back in 2011, and I got placed in company Quickhill Technologies, which is in Pune. So I joined as associate engineer, and I joined in Threat Lab. So at that time, I did not have any idea that like what is it and what is the profile. Uh, but later I came to know that in India it was really start at that time. In 2010, antivirus was just coming up. There were only few companies like Quickhill, McAfee, Symantec, Norton, which are very famous and old companies. So at that time I thought, shall I continue with this career? Do I have any future with this? I was a little bit worried about it, but after spending couple of years, then I came to know it's really vast, and it was not in India, and that's why I was little bit worried. But once I continue with this profile, like really interesting thing kept happening. Like uh, first I joined in antivirus company, then at endpoint enterprise level product company, then into US based company, FireEye. So uh, diversity in my profile, though it was the same profile, but diversity in product, that gave me really insight, like what exciting the field is, and it motivated me to continue with this profile. So that's how the journey was. And after that, I found out a few things. Yes, we can do it on our own. So I thought instead of continuing with the companies, I started my own company, and I took risk that let's do it. And it worked because yes, it's booming industry, and trust me, till it is there, or we can say it is not gonna anywhere, security also will be there, because to protect even the servers, it applications, everything, even the mobile applications, devices, instead of taking individual devices, or we have to protect everything, because it is a saying nowadays, data is very expensive than gold, so that's what we have to protect. So
Mm.
that's how my journey continued, and yes, here I'm now today.
Mm.
It's been 3 years with the consultancy.
So,
Yeah.
so sounded like in your case also the journey started with computer science, got into computer science, and then somewhere
Yes.
along the line, you got into cybersecurity and then decided to embrace it, even though it was very new. And you have
Yes.
been rewarded handsomely. We know, we have started your own company. It's very exciting. So I'll stay with you, Prasad, for a moment and talk about more mundane matters, because I know that now there are also graduate programs, I mean, undergraduate programs available in just cybersecurity and
Yes.
so on. So, how did you think about getting into this field in 11th and 12th? Talk to us about your subject choices, entrance exam needs, etc. How should the children today plan to get into it if they are getting into 11th and 12th, starting with subject choices?
So getting into cybersecurity, you really do not have to have computer engineering degree. First of all, anyone can join cybersecurity field. Uh, the thing is, you should have analytical skills, problem solving skills, so the basic instinct which every person can have different abilities, right? So even a person who is doing BCA or BSc in computer science, those students also can continue with the cyber security. There are few reputed colleges who are now offering degrees and graduation and post graduation into cybersecurity, like universities like Gujarat University, IIT Bombay, Karnataka University, and abroad also there are many universities in US, UK. So the point is, anyone who is interested, who wants to have everyday exciting, have to fight with malware authors, have to fight with hackers, have that zeal, have that fire, to instead of, see, I'm not saying like coding, developing, that skills also you need for this cybersecurity, but coding and developing, I feel it's a day-to-day job that you go, you do code, maybe interesting for those people also, but in cybersecurity you are finding something. It's like treasure hunt. What that other person wants to steal from me, that you need to find out. So if anyone has that interest, definitely those students can join. They have many options through BCA, BSc in computer science, not just computer, even ENTC, even civil. I have many. I had junior engineers in my team. Their background was civil engineering, and after engineering, they felt no, cybersecurity is booming industry, and I need to join. Even they did not have idea what they need to do, but still they had interest. So based on their analytical skills, problem solving skills, we recruited them, and then we trained them, and then we put them into different product teams like email security, network security, endpoint. So yes, students have many ways to join cybersecurity field, and there are many companies now in India. I myself can name 100 plus companies in my 10 years of experience. I knew only 5 companies there were in India back in 2010, but today more than 100 companies.
Mm,
Definitely more than that. Yeah.
yeah.
So students have huge option because there is a huge gap. Companies are there, there is a need, but there are no talent, there is no skill. So that huge gap students can feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. So let me ask Amit the same question. But so even though we heard from Prasad that yeah, you can get into this because right now there is such a crying demand. anyone with good analytical skills and even with other backgrounds should be able to get into it with some training and so on. But if you
Right.
really have your mind set on cybersecurity, what would be a good path, desirable path? And just add to whatever Prasad just told us, and what would you recommend to kids on how they go about this?
Right. So to be honest, the law of economics rightly fits here. Where there's demand, there is supply. There should be supply. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is the right and ideal path would be to get a computer science degree. If you don't have a computer science degree, that is still fine, but you need to show that kind of skill set or that kind of urge to learn more about learning that skill set in the right manner. And later on, after getting there are specialized courses which the students can do in order to show their skill set and show their proficiency in that sector. And later on, they can also I think there's a course from EC Council, an actual university degree that they are providing, which is specialized in cybersecurity, which covers end-to-end cybersecurity, so that when the student passes out of that university, he is ready to face the challenges which are presented to them when they work on it. Another sector, or thing that can increase the demand of cybersecurity, is the data protection bill that is considered in the legislation of India. If this bill gets passed, it will exponentially increase the demand of cybersecurity professionals in India, as it is as it is for GDPR in European Union. So this is the case with cybersecurity, and in already increasing demand for cybersecurity, this bill that is going to get passed, it will exponentially rise the curve for the demand.
Yeah, and the fact that more and more we have more and more software based products. I mean, if you look at electric vehicles, Tesla is not a conventional car. I mean, it's a computer on wheels, and
Exactly.
Tesla upgrades its software over the air, and you can all of a sudden get new capabilities. More and more that kind of thing is happening, and they all need to be protected, which is great for cybersecurity people. It's so booming. Okay, great. So tell us a little more about I'm going to go back to you, Prasad. I've lost track of who I'm supposed to go to, but okay, I'll go to Prasad and ask this question. What about post graduation and all? I mean, is it necessary to get a post graduation, or is it fine to get an undergrad degree in com science or cybersecurity or something else and get into your profession? What do you think about that?
So undergrad and grad is completely fine to join with, but with the post graduation, you learn new subjects, you learn new skill set. So definitely anything add on is definitely welcome, because students learn many ways, new uh, tools. So there are many tools, analytical tools, which help in analysis, writing signatures, or in different fields into cybersecurity. And there are many positions. So with the undergrad or grad, yes, they can really join with the associate level, engineer level. But to climb up, to grow, I would say technically, as well as their goals, to become senior engineer and more into technical stuff. So yeah, definitely post graduation is recommended, or you have to have, keep doing those certifications. So learning always helps. So if you have add-on certifications, that always helps. So definitely students can do that.
Great. Amit, what is your perspective on that? Further education, certifications, etc., continuous learning.
Certainly, there are ground level people who work on cybersecurity, as it is for management, who are the top level managers, who order the ground level people to implement cybersecurity in a certain way. So this only comes with experience. There are two things experience and education. Experience will help you rise in the ladder, and certifications as well as post graduation will also expedite that process. Certifications, there are certain industry level certifications which I won't recommend now, but when the students get into that kind of job, they can consider that. The one of the most reputed gold standard certification in cybersecurity is the CISSP, that is the Certified Information System Security Professional, and that is a very highly rated and highly respected certification which cybersecurity professional must have. So as my career has just begun, I am preparing for that certification uh, to get ahead in cybersecurity. So certifications and education will certainly help a lot.
Yeah. So it sounds like it is such a hot industry right now that it is not hard to get a job even after your undergraduation in engineering or whatever you're doing. It's not that hard. However, in order to progress and learn more or specialize, post graduation might help, but so that you can take a call on after getting into the industry and figuring out, okay, this is the direction I want to go. So this certification or this degree, whatever, you can figure that out. But it's not essential to get into the job market, right? Unlike in some other industries where without a post graduation, it's really hard. That's not the case here. Okay, very good. So Amit, one more question, which a lot of parents particularly like to ask about particularly emerging fields and so on. Can you make a good living doing this? Is it a lucrative profession?
So I am glad this question is being asked, because certainly there are so many parents who might have this question in their mind. So seeing that the demand is very high in this profession and the supply is low, certainly the cybersecurity professionals are being paid very well. And it is, to be honest, much more higher than a software engineer. And so software engineer is, I believe that it is a very mainstream kind of field in computer science. The entire crowd which passes out of computer science goes into software engineering. But this is kind of this is a bit out of the way kind of path, which is getting along to the mainstream. That is why cybersecurity professionals are being paid very well in India and much more higher in abroad as well. So they are well paid, and you can make a good living. And certainly, you can, if you are enjoying the profession, it is very exciting and amazing to have. So it is a win-win situation for the people who like cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and computer science in general.
So people who like it can not only make a good living, but really have a good time doing this. Yeah,
exactly.
Chasing those, chasing the bad guys, and
Right.
protecting the assets.
If you love what you do, you would never have to work another day.
Well
chasing
said.
the bad guys and chasing the dollars.
Yeah. Well said. Prasad, what is your perspective on it? Prasad, can we get your perspective on that? Anything you want to add to that in terms of making a good living?
Yes, I'm here.
Prasad, we can't hear you.
Yes, definitely. I am completely agree with Amit that package, it's a different cybersecurity. It's not like, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I completely agree with Amit. Different ball game. It's not like software developers or anything. So packages are really very high compared to engineers and QA analysts and all. The thing is how good you are and earn more. Like there are many bug bounties. Many companies offer if you find bug in their software. Just now you gave example of Tesla. So many people know that or don't know. I would like to quote this. if you find bug in Tesla car, in Tesla software, you will get a Tesla
Oh,
by
wow.
Elon Musk. So
Wow.
that's how exciting it is. And in US, there were
So we are,
two students aged 15 and 16. They really very close to crack that code. So that's how
so
interesting.
Prasad,
Even
we are having trouble
Microsoft
hearing
pays
you.
really
Prasad,
good.
your
Apart
audio.
from job, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Prasad, we
This
are
is
having
apart from
trouble with
job.
your
Even
audio.
if Microsoft, Apple, Google, they are paying you for finding bugs in their software.
Yeah.
Recently, last month. Okay, can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's better.
So many companies offer you bug bounties. So if you find bug in their software, so they pay you really well. Considering Microsoft, Apple, and not just these companies, any product company. So
Yeah.
that is the base. Bigger you can finding bugs in any other software, Chrome, Maps, any vulnerability you find out, you will get paid. So that's the
Mm,
best thing in
mm,
cybersecurity.
So not just your day job, but you can also in your spare time find bugs, get a Tesla, or get some
Yes.
other rewards. Wow. How exciting.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So
Okay.
pay is really well. Yeah, in cyber.
Great. So I just want to tell everyone that I have opened the chat window. So just a quick closing remark, Amit, before we start the Q&A session, if you could just summarize quickly on why cybersecurity has become so important and so on, and just lead us into the Q&A session.
Right. So, as I mentioned before, cyber security is need of the hour because data is the new oil. Data has been never has been so important to organizations than ever before, and data is the primary factor that organizations are trying to protect as much as they can because it is that important. And cybersecurity is a booming field because there is a huge rise in demand and there is less supply, which offers a huge kind of opportunity to young minds and young people who are trying to get into, who have interest or trying to get into cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and other stuff.
Mm,
So it is essentially organizations are trying to implement three things. That is the CIA triad: confidentiality, to protect the data from unauthorized people; integrity, the data should not be modified in unauthorized manner; and availability, which is to ensure data should be available to the right people. So a general code that we get to hear in cybersecurity is right amount of people must have the right amount of access at the right amount of time. This is what we are trying to ensure in cybersecurity. I
mm.
think that's it from my side.
Okay, great. Okay. So before we get into Q&As, you can start typing out your questions in the chat window. We will take as many questions as we can. So whatever your doubts are about the industry, about the education, whatever, just put that in the chat window. We will come to those questions. And before we get there, as you are typing out the question, just a word about what we do, Flashcard. So, we started this company about 4 years ago to help students get the most out of their self-study time. And this is based on how I used to study when I was a youngster. Long time ago, we didn't even have computers then. So I used to study with friends. We would study a chapter, ask each other questions and keep each other honest, give the answers right there, give the feedback right there. And that dynamic has been lost. So what tends to happen is we watch videos, we go for tuitions, we go to schools, all of that. But during our self-study, we really need to focus a lot on self-testing methods to make sure that whatever we are reading, we are retaining, we are applying, we are able to do that in an exam. And that is what our system will help you do. So that's what flashcards is. So it's entirely based on, we don't do videos, we don't do any doubt solving. What it is practice, self-testing, 100%. So it really organizes your self-study time into a very, very powerful study method that gives you the best returns when you go to your exam. So Suniti, I'm going to hand over to you to start with the Q&A. We don't have any questions yet in the Q&A. If you have any questions, please type them out.
Yeah. So there's one. Okay. The first question, it's from Lalit. Is there another course in bachelor category for cybersecurity, or is computer science the usual course? I think Amit can take that, or Prasad, whoever.
Okay.
Yeah, Amit, take that. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks. So there are certainly specialized courses which are exclusively offering cybersecurity as a course, as in the bachelor's degree. One of the thing that I know is from EC Council University, which offers a graduate degree in cybersecurity, which includes various curriculum for other certifications which they offer. And in general, it is a great if the candidate is very much interested in cybersecurity and willing to work in the cybersecurity domain, it is the great option to have, and it will certainly flash very brightly on the resume when the candidate goes for the interview or having a career in cybersecurity.
So they don't have to go through your typical JE and CET.
I don't think so. I'm not sure, but it is much more easier than what JE and NEET is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ahana has a question. What are the things to practice and include in the 9th grade studies for cybersecurity? And are there many scholarships available for this course abroad?
I think I'm not sure about scholarships available abroad. Prasad,
Yes, I can take that question. Yes, scholarships are from different universities are there for cybersecurity. What was the start of question?
So the question was, what are the things to practice and include in 9th grade studies?
9th grade, yeah. So you can think of how any code works. So I'm sure that 9th standard, 10th standard, still they have not any coding language in studies. So you can start learning any coding language, and I would suggest Python is the best. And you can understand how the code works. 9th and 10th standard, this is very code. So if you understand the code, you can definitely work on any tool. You understand different tool analytics. So to start with, I would say programming language Python would do at 9th and 10th standard. And yes, many universities abroad, US and UK, even Canada and Australia, I know that yes, surely they have the scholarships.
Okay. So the next question is by Rashi. Okay, one second. Yeah, for a career in cybersecurity, which bachelors would benefit me more, IT or computer science?
Okay. So if the career path for cybersecurity is fixed and the student has made his or her mind to get into cybersecurity, because there's a difference. When we talk of cybersecurity, it is only cybersecurity, and of course they will teach you the basics of computer science, but it would be much more focused on cybersecurity and exactly how it works. But when we talk of a general computer science degree, it includes each and every path which can go through computer science. It could include hardware, it could include software, it could include coding, even cybersecurity, but very small part of it, and computer architecture. And it would be an inch deep but a mile wide. It would not focus exclusively on cybersecurity. This is the difference. So it is very important to get a clear thought of mind if the student or the candidate wants to have a career in cybersecurity. If that is the case, then I think a much more better degree would be considering cybersecurity rather than a computer science degree. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, if you've already decided that you want to do cybersecurity, then might as well go in for a bachelor's in cybersecurity.
Exactly.
And yeah, and today there are courses in undergrad courses in cybersecurity, which I think 5 years back they weren't. So you had to do computer science or IT. Yeah. All right. Any other
Yes,
questions?
it's just like early start. If we
Yeah.
do, if we start early, it's better. That's it.
Right. Right. All right. And there was another thing that I wanted to ask you, Amit. You were talking about psychology. So you have seen some graduates in psychology who have got into this field. Can you talk a little bit more on that?
Right. So the client that I'm working with in my organization, he is the CISO, that is Chief Information Security Officer of that entire organization. To make it more clear, he is the head of cybersecurity in the entire organization. You can consider like Microsoft head of cybersecurity, that kind of post it is. And he has done his graduation in psychology, which is quite ironical because we tend to focus more on computer science and cybersecurity degree and all of that. But it's not all doom and gloom if you have another degree, or you're not into cybersecurity kind of degree. It is certainly possible, provided that you show the skill set or show the knowledge or urge to know more about cybersecurity and get yourself ready for cybersecurity industry. That is the main criteria here. If you are able to do that, then it is a smooth going thing that is going to happen, because there's that kind of demand in this current industry, which is very for which there is a huge shortfall for it.
Suniti, you are
Any
on
other
mute.
questions? Any other questions, students and parents? No.
Okay. So I don't see any other questions coming through. So I think we can close. Prasad will be happy about that because he can then probably get an hour or two of sleep before getting on his flight to Switzerland. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
No issue.
shall we, Suniti, close or
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So yeah, thank you very much, Prasad and Amit, for being with us today. I know how busy you are with your professions. It's and being in such an industry, I mean, you really have to be available a lot of the time. And so thank you very much for being with us, sharing your insights, and we just want to wish you all the very best for your careers. And Prasad, for your company, hope to see you on the cover of Time one of these days as a leading cybersecurity organization in the world. And Amit, all the best to you as well. And to all the students who are with us today, wish you the very best. If you decide to pursue this career, we'll be very happy to have at least planted the seed in your heads. So good night. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you
yeah.
very much. Thank you for having us interacting with kids. That's really amazing. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
It was
bye,
a great
Amit.
session. And
Bye.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for
All the
sparing
best.
your time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.